We always hear about inflation in the media, what it is, and how to prevent it. But what is inflation? Inflation is the rate of increase in prices over a given period of time. Inflation is typically a broad measure, such as the overall increase in prices or the increase of cost in living in a country. Let's take a look at the price of milk. In 1913, a gallon of milk cost 36 cents per gallon. 100 years later, in 2013, a gallon of milk costs $3.53, nearly 10 times higher. This is because of one thing: inflation. Not only does inflation skyrocket the prices to be unnecessarily high, but they also erode the purchasing prices. But how? When prices rise over a long period of time, it reduces the purchasing power of customers, since the fixed amount of money will afford progressively less consumption. Customers lose purchasing power whether the inflation is running at 2% or 4%. They'll just lose it twice as fast and at a higher rate. Why exactly does inflation happen? What causes it? That's where we meet the three types of different inflation. Their financial royalty. If the US economy was Us Weekly, they'd be on the cover every week. That one right there is demand pull inflation. It refers to situations where there are not enough products or services being produced to keep up with the demand, causing their prices to increase. That big one is built-in inflation. This occurs when workers demand higher wages to keep up with the rising living prices. Built-in inflation knows everybody's business when it comes to wages. It knows everything about everyone. This in turn causes businesses to raise their prices in order to offset their rising wage cost, leading to the self-reinforcing loop of wages and price increases. And evil takes financial form in cost pull inflation. This occurs when the cost of producing products and services is rising, forcing businesses to raise their prices. The inflations. How do I even begin to explain the impacts it's had on people?
Inflation lowers the values of possessions, saving, and treasury notes.
Variable interest rates on loans increase during inflation.
Inflation raises prices, lowering your purchasing power.
Assets such as real estate and collectibles usually keep up with inflation.
Individuals and families on a fixed income are affected.
Monopolies and big companies benefit from inflation.
Whether you're rich, poor, old, young, inflation affects all of us, and it is up to us to work together to create a solution.